Ninja here with Tony Farmer. Welcome to the channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're coming across the channel for the first time. Today we are breaking down the highly competitive AFC West. We will be taking a look at each team and sharing our favorite futures bets for the upcoming 2025 NFL season. Tony, you've got Chiefs Chargers. I've got Broncos Raiders. Why don't you get us started with the defending AFC champs? What do you like for the Kansas City Chiefs this season?
I like the Chiefs over their season win total, 11.5. You can get that at plus 110 over at FanDuel. I'm trying not to overthink this. We've got the best coach team in the NFL, arguably the best player in the NFL in Patrick Mahomes. There's a lot of continuity for this team on offense and on defense. Yes, they lose Joe Thuney, but they replaced him with Josh Simmons from Ohio State in the first round. They bring in Jalen Moore in free agency, so I think the offensive line is going to be fine. I think the Chiefs are going to have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, so I know it's a bit of a square bet telling you to bet the Chiefs over their season win total, but I think it makes a lot of sense.
I take it the huge number of quote-unquote miracle wins that they had throughout the regular season last year is not a worry for you. I look at those games last year, and I just feel like at some point the luck has to run out with this Chiefs team. Plus, this division is just constantly getting better, Tony.
Yeah, I agree with you. You certainly want to consider how lucky or unlucky a team was the prior year when looking at these season win totals. But for me, I look at them getting into those situations, not because of a lack of talent, but because they were kind of playing with their food a little bit. Like, it seems like the Chiefs, the last couple years, they don't really put their foot on the pedal until they need to. And I think after getting embarrassed in the Super Bowl last year, we should see a little bit more, I guess we'll say, seriousness from the Chiefs this year.
I talked about the division getting more competitive. Speaking of, I'll do the Denver Broncos next. Certainly one of the surprises of 2024, and I think one of the most interesting teams in 2025. And I will say this much. I like this team, Tony, as a bit of a dark horse to even win the AFC. And if you've seen our Rookie of the Year video, then you know there's a Bronco in that squad that I like in that market. But for the purposes of this video, 9.5 wins. I'm going over plus 105 right now at FanDuel. So I think this schedule is really doable for that number. 9.5 wins plus money looks too good to be true. The first two games could be blowouts versus the Titans and then at the Colts. Cam Ward's intro to the NFL is going to be against this defense. I mean, talk about trial by fire right there for Cam Ward. But in a perfect world, Titans, Colts, Jets, Giants, Cowboys, Raiders twice, Jags. That to me feels like 8 wins right there. And then, Tony, we'll be talking about this team throughout 2025 as maybe the best defense in the NFL, elite last year, and now they go out and they add Greenlaw, they add Hufanga. Now, the thing with those two, as we know, is going to be health, but throwing those two into positions where Denver has been sort of weak over the last few years, I think Denver could turn into a real juggernaut. I think the ceiling for them could be 12 wins, but with plus money still on over 9.5. I love it. I love this team. I am very, very excited to watch the Broncos in 2025.
Andrew, I don't disagree with you, and I think it's what makes the AFC West so interesting this season. I just said season win total over for the Chiefs. You just said season win total over for the Broncos. I actually think you could make good arguments for season win total over for the other two teams that we're going to talk about, but as a bettor, of course, you know that's not a good idea to bet all 4 season win total overs for 4 teams in the same division. So it's like something has to give. And I'm not sure what it is, what is going to give in the AFC West. And it's also one of the best coach divisions, certainly in football, maybe of all time. I mean, I can't remember a better quartet than Andy Reid, Pete Carroll, Jim Harbaugh, Sean Payton. That's pretty impressive. This division is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, and let's talk about those other 2 teams right now. Tony, the Chargers, according to BetMGM, this is the most bet team to make the playoffs when looking at handle. We're recording this in early August. Keenan Allen is now back in the Powder Blues. Very solid season under Harbaugh last year. But what do you like for the Bolts in 2025?
I'm going to share with you one of my favorite player props of the entire NFL, not just the AFC West, and that's Amarian Hampton, the rookie running back for the Chargers, over 6.5 rushing touchdowns, minus 130 at Bet365. If you want a long shot, you can also find him at 65-1 at DraftKings to lead the league in rushing touchdowns. If they gave out an award on draft day for drafting the player who fits your system the best, I think you'd have to give it to the Chargers for drafting Marion Hampton. He's a power running back. We know the Jim Harbaugh factor, right? He loves to ground and pound. That's what he does. We've seen guys like J.K. Dobbins have a career high in rushing yards under Jim Harbaugh. We saw what Frank Gore did in San Francisco under Jim Harbaugh. They're going to want to run the ball with this guy, and they've got the offensive line to do it. You've got Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt at tackle, and the three guys on the inside, Becton, Johnson, and Bozeman, they're all better run blockers than they are pass blockers. So this team is built to run. I'm not worried about Najee Harris stealing carries. I think they're going to feed the hot hand, and I think he's going to be the hot hand. A power back in that system is very, very exciting.
Yeah, great pick, and an offensive line and offense that is built for Harbaugh. So that'll be another interesting one. Just a reminder, though, if you are looking for a new book to add to your arsenal, you can visit oddshark.com/NFL/sites. You can get the lowdown on each of our partner books. And trust me, even if you have one that you use, you got to add more to your list for NFL season. There's nothing more important than giving yourself the opportunity to shop around, find the best odds, find the best price. That's oddshark.com/NFL/sites. Okay, so over to the Raiders now. And I found this one at DraftKings, another rookie running back. But I'm going to go Ashton Genty, 10-plus rushing touchdowns, plus 140. Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly, they're going to do everything in their power and make sure that Genty is the guy in Las Vegas. We know Chip Kelly offenses start with the run. During his time in the NFL, his offenses have never ranked lower than 11th in rushing attempts. So he's going to get his touches. The Raiders were not renowned for their ground game last year. Second last in attempts, dead last in yards. Wasn't great. That should change in 2025 with this guy, who, of course, was an absolute beast in college. But where we need to see marked improvement is going to be that offensive line. So I do think the left side of that offensive line is in a pretty good state. The right side is where we got to see some improvement. The right tackle, DJ Glaze, center, Jackson Powers-Johnson, they need to see some improvement in 2025 in year two for them. They were okay as rookies, but let's see that step up. They went out and signed Alex Kappa to play right guard, but Genty has a good, productive rookie campaign. He's going to unlock a lot for this offense. Geno is the upgraded quarterback. The touches are going to be there, and Genty truly is a three-down back. I think 10 touchdowns, real possibility, and plus 140 over at DraftKings. Should also be noted here that, again, per BetMGM, the Raiders are the most bet team by tickets to make the playoffs. So there you go, just a betting comment on what this division looks like for bettors at home. But Tony, break down your exact AFC West order for me. What do you see at the end of the regular season?
I've got the Raiders in fourth, Broncos in third, Chargers in second, but I could really swap the Broncos and Chargers. It feels like a coin flip. I love both of those teams. And then, of course, I'm going to put the Chiefs atop the division. Until someone knocks them off, I will have the Chiefs at the top of the division.
Yeah, I'm similar. I have the Broncos in second. I do think they have it in them to really challenge for the division, but I'm not quite ready to take it away from KC just yet. But watch out. Denver is on its way. The Chargers are on their way. But I'll go Raiders, Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs from bottom to top. That is plus 500 over at DraftKings. And then, Tony, when looking at this division from a survivor perspective, all of these four teams, extremely good candidates. But which team jumps out to you the most in 2025?
I've got to go with the Broncos because they're the biggest favorite for week one. But we're coming off of a season where the biggest favorite went down in week one, if you remember last year with the Bengals, and then in week two with the Ravens. So I think people might be a little bit weary to use, the team that has the highest, point spread in terms of being a favorite. So you've got to ask yourself that question. Do I want to trust the Denver Broncos at home against the rookie quarterback and Cam Ward when Tennessee comes in? This is a great spot as far as spots are concerned. People might have a little paranoia about maybe Cam Ward is the next big thing and can come in and do something special. But if you don't use the Broncos here, maybe you use them a little later in the season when you host the Giants at home. That's another nice spot for them too.